Okay, so you just finished coloring in your odd and your even. So that's what you need to do, Zachary. You need to finish coloring in your odd and even. I want you to push pause on the video. Once you finish coloring in your odd and even numbers, you can push play. Okay, so we have a pattern here. I want you to look first on the odd side. Let's look at the odd side first. What pattern do we see over and over again? What pattern? We've talked about patterns a lot. What pattern do we keep seeing? I see people who aren't even looking at their number chart. How can you find a pattern if you're not looking? Hadley? Oh, every number ends in 1 in the ones column. Yeah, what's the next thing in our pattern, Marissa? Oh, you're on the wrong side, friend.
I realized that every one of these, pretty much one is odd, and one's odd, even, odd.
Oh, Marissa's seeing that. It goes odd, even, odd, even, odd, even. That's a good pattern that we see. Okay, Landon?
Do you have, he doesn't have this in here, and he said he looks that big, so does he need that for?
Well, that was our anchor chart to learn, Renzo. So when we lose our anchor chart, let me see if I have an extra one somewhere. Here, I do have an extra one right here. Okay, so what other patterns do we see? We know that everything in the first column, it always ends in a 1. Always in the first column. What about the second column that we colored in? We notice anything about that second column we colored in? What do we notice about that second column that we colored in, Landon? Oh! In that column, they all end in a 3. That's really interesting. What do we notice in our next column? Nevaeh? Oh, wow, they all end in a 5 in that next column on the odd side. What do we notice about the next column? Connor?
It all ends in 7s.
It all ends in 7s. Oh, that's really interesting. Is there any pattern in our last column that we colored in? Clayton? They all end in a 9. That is fascinating. So you're telling me that our odd numbers will always end in a 1, a 3, a 5, a 7, or a 9?
Yes.
Okay, but wait a minute. Wait just a minute. What if I had a number that looked like this? What if I had a big giant number that looked like this? Is this going to be odd or even? Even or odd? We have some conflicting answers here, and I understand why we might have a conflicting answer. If you said even, raise your hand. If you said even, raise your hand. I heard some evens. It's okay. Raise your hand if you think it's even. Okay, if you thought it was even, Weston, why did you think even? What made you say even?
Because on the even page it has 6.
Oh, so you saw this 6 and you said that's an
And
even.
also it has 2 and 8 and also another 6 and also a 4.
Oh. Oh, okay.
There's only 2 odds.
Well, what's that?
That's a 4.
Is it
One
four,
odd.
4 odd or even?
Even.
Even. Okay. And you say, but then this little guy right here,
Is odd.
he's odd. Now raise your hand if you thought odd. Raise your hand if you thought odd was the answer. Well, I mean, some of you hands has never been raised for even or odd. We all have some sort of thought. Landon, why do you think odd?
Because you're supposed to read the last number.
Oh. So,
And 3 is an odd number.
okay, I see what he's saying. Landon's saying we just filled out this number chart and we noticed this pattern that we only looked at the last number on this whole thing, on this whole number chart to tell us that it was going to be odd. Right? Landon said I went down the 3 column and every number ended in a 3. So Landon's saying if it ends in a 3, I know it has to be odd because it would be in the 3 column. Well, guess what, guys? There's a trick that you need to know about even and odd numbers. When we look to see whether or not a number is even or odd, we only look at the ones place. So we only look at the last number. So what place do we look at to figure out if a number is even and odd? What place do we look at? Everybody was so busy paying attention to what Mrs. Clark was doing, you weren't paying attention up here. So let me re-say what I just said. We have this trick. The trick is when we have a big number, a small number, any number, we only look at the ones place. So the last digit, the ones place, to tell us if that number is even or odd. You all very easily told me 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 were odd. You knew it. You had it. We did it yesterday. Now we're just adding on to that. We only look at the last digit in the ones place. So what place do we look at to see if a number is even or odd? What place?
The ones place.
Thanks, Hadley. 5 Eagle Bucks. What place do we look at? Okay, there's no such thing as a 5's place. Make sure we're paying attention. Okay. We look at the what place? We look in the ones place. We look at the first digit, the last digit, I should say. We look at the last digit, the ones place. Okay. You guys want to see if I can trick you? You want to see if I can trick you? All right. I'm going to try and trick you.
Hopefully it's a really,
But
really
first,
big number.
we need to look for patterns in the even column. Everybody flip over to the even side of your paper, the blue side. What patterns do we notice on this blue side of our paper? What patterns do we see, Connor?
They all end in 2.
So the first column, it all ends in a 2. Nevaeh?
4.
Oh, then we have a 4 in the next column. It all ends in a 4. What's the next pattern, Jonah?
6. It's kind of tricky because 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Oh, we haven't got there yet. So we have 2, and then we have 4, and then we have 6, and then what's next? Yeah, Weston.
8.
Question. What's the next one? This is kind of tricky. Kinley?
10.
Now, if we look in that column, do you see a 10
No.
in every single one? So let's look. We have 10 and then we have 20. Where's the 10 in the number 20? Where's the 10 in the number 30? Where's the 10 in the number 50? Oh, you're saying in the back? What's that last number?
0.
That last digit is a 0. So that's kind of confusing. But we see that if it ends in a 0. Oh, wait. Zachary cannot see. He probably is just thinking, why am I staring at Mrs. May right now? So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 0 is that pattern. That's kind of confusing. Now, Jonah, I really like what you said. Will you say again what you said we were doing?
You're counting by 2s because 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Perfect. You count by 2s because when we count by even numbers, we start at 2. Excellent work, Jonah. I love that you're paying attention today. I'm going to give you an Eagle Bug. You're on top of it. Okay, now, I'm going to try and trick you guys. I'm going to write some numbers on this board. And they're going to be kind of tricky numbers. Numbers that Mrs. might not even be able to read very easily. Okay? And I want you to tell me if they're even or odd. So, what we're going to do is, if they're even, you're going to hold up the blue side towards Mrs. May. If you think odd, you're going to hold up the yellow side toward Mrs. May. Okay? You ready to see my really long, super cool number?
Yeah.
Zachary at home, I want you to still hold up your paper. Okay? Just keep participating. Check if it's odd or even. If you want to do this with your mom and dad and you want to have them sit there and tell you, you can, but you don't have to. Okay, we ready?
Yeah.
see some blue. All right, Alice, you have yellow up. Why do you think yellow? So she said, I think yellow because 5 is odd. Did anybody think even was the answer? Hadley?
The ones place is a 2 and 2 is an even number.
Oh. Hadley just told us about our trick. We only look at the ones place. Hadley said 2 is in the ones place and 2 is an even number. That's correct. We only look in the ones place. Do any of these other numbers matter?
No.
Where do we only look?
The ones place.
Now remind me again. Why do I even care? What even does it mean for it to be even? Yesterday we did all these activities. I don't remember any of them. What does it even mean for something to be even, Weston?
So like if you have like 10 cookies for your whole class, then the whole class will get a cookie.
So you're saying it needs to be even so that it can be split evenly to multiple people so that everybody can have an even amount? Yep. And what else could we say, Hadley?
If there were 2 people and 3 cookies, it wouldn't add up.
It wouldn't add up. So we have to be able to make it have a, what was that word I called yesterday when it's 2? I called it something. We talked about how we have shoes. It's called it starts with a sound. It's called a what, everybody? A pair. So, is this number, everybody gonna have a pair? Yes, because it's an even number. So that's what it means. Okay, you ready for me to trick you again?
You're never going to trick me.
I'm gonna trick all of you. Are you ready?
We pull up our paper.
After she writes her number, be watching.
Oh, I know.
Hold up your paper.
It's this one.
Oh, Lizzie, we don't say it's this one or that. I have. Everyone has the yellow up. Tell me why. Alice, why?
Because there's a 9 at the end and 9 even.
Oh, is 9 even?
Look at your sheet, Alice. Look. Where did you look for 9? Find the 9 that you color yellow. Now read that page. Do you see any hints on that page? Look at the top.
Is it even or odd, Alice? It's odd. You meant odd. I know. Sometimes we just our brains got all these words in it. We just say stuff. Yeah, she's right. Okay, maybe Mrs. May is too old, but does anybody know what's special about this number? 8675309? Clayton?
It's because the 8's even,
How?
the 6 is even.
Well, those are two true things, but actually it's a song. It goes 8675309. Okay, no, I'm too old. Okay, next thing I'm gonna write up here. Okay, I didn't even think I was that old, but apparently I am. Are you ready for our next tricky number?
And then we will sing it with you. This is gonna be so easy. Oh, it's this.
Is it even or odd? Even or odd? Oh, how do you know, Axton? How do you know it's even?
Because on the even one, two is a number and two is the one. So
Yep, 2 is in the ones place, so we know it's gotta be even. Alright, now I'm gonna get real tricky with y'all. Are you ready? I'm gonna draw a picture. I want you guys to tell me if it's even or odd. Are you ready? My picture is drawn. Is this even or odd, what I just drew?
nothing.
I drew nothing, so is that even or odd?
That's nothing. That's even.
How do you know it's even? How do you know, Lizzie?
Because I looked on the even, I saw there's a 0, so
Ah.
there's nothing on there.
0 is in I drew an even number. Isn't that interesting?
Yes, I do draw a 10.
Okay, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Are you guys ready? I'm gonna draw something.
What? 252.
Are you peeking?
So hard.
Oh, love. It says a heart, and then it says heart, and then it says a heart. Who did she love?
She loves it
Okay,
too much.
is this even or odd?
It's heart numbers.
Here's what I want someone to do. I want someone to come up. Can somebody come up and prove to me what this is?
Please.
Prove it. I don't want you to just tell me. I want somebody to come prove it. Is anybody just determined to come prove it? You know what? Kenley's sitting in her seat very nicely. Kenley, come prove it.
It's a heart for us.
It's not.
Come prove it.
It's you.
Prove it to me. Prove that it's odd. What did we do yesterday? Remember our pictures? What did we do to prove things? Do it. Yeah, do it. Do you need a partner to come help prove it? Call on a partner to help prove it. Make sure to mask up, friends.
Lizzie.
Mask up. Okay, prove it. Prove it to me. Y'all said it was odd, but I want proof.
5, 6, 7.
So she just counted it and she said 7. That doesn't prove anything. Somebody prove it. I need somebody determined. Prove it. Prove it. Oh, Kenley, you know now? Prove it. No. It isn't 7.
I think I know.
Somebody prove it to me.
I'm determined.
You're determined? Prove it.
But I've never went up there before. Oh. I'm so dumb.
Now, hold on. I might still need somebody to prove it to me. I'm not thoroughly convinced yet.
Maybe you split them in half.
Honestly, I see what you did. You proved to me that the number was 7. But you didn't prove to me that it was odd. Hadley, can you prove it? I just want someone to please prove it to me.
Yeah, you have, Jonah. Stop.
Okay, Hadley just drew an arrow for me that it was odd. Yeah, but how do I know that this person's right? I need somebody to prove it. Landon, come prove it. Watch him, see if he's going to prove it.
Let's see.
How did we prove it yesterday? Think about what we did yesterday up on the board to prove things.
I don't know.
What did we do to prove it yesterday? Okay, Lanny. We'll call it Nevaeh. Do you know how to prove it?
I know how to prove it.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, it's proven! Because everybody had a pair. She showed me they had a pair and they had a pair and they... But did this person have a pair?
No.
No, so did she prove it? Yeah, she proved it. So we have a test. We have a test and I say, is the number 7 even or odd? Why? If you write 7, listen. If you write the number 7 down and you say because it's odd, is that really the answer? No, you have to prove it to me. You have to prove it. Now, it might not ask you to prove it, but if it does ask you to prove it, you're going to draw a picture and you're going to put it into groups, right? Okay.
Can you draw another picture too? So we can try to guess it again. See if we actually get it right this time.
All right, we'll do one more.
Yay!
All right.
Draw cactus. Draw. Oh
know what this is. It's a cactus.
I said, wait. Cactuses have peace.
Yeah.
I like the cactuses. Your snake.
It's so easy. No.
Okay, is it even or odd? First, as a class, tell me.
Even.
Somebody come prove it.
Please,
Prove it to me, Renzo. Prove it.
I know what it is.
I really no. It's so easy. It's hard. No, it's so
Since
easy.
there's 3 and 3, you get to.
No, it can't do 3 and 3. Why can't we do 3 and 3?
Oh, I know.
Because it has to be in a pair.
Might need help. Do you want me to get that for you?
Thanks, Rinda. I'll take over.
Oh, that's actually how you do it.
All right. Was he right?
Yeah.
Did he prove it to me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get out your math journal.
Broke my glue.
Can I borrow it, Hadley? Okay, in our math journal, we're going to be doing pages 7 and 8 today. 7 and 8, okay?